This tutorial is brought to you by PE Prep Engine. Free study guides and practice questions at peprepengine.com.
HVAC Week 1, Lesson 1, Psychrometric Properties. Moist air is just dry air plus a little water vapor. 7 properties describe its state: dry bulb and wet bulb temperature, dew point, humidity ratio, relative humidity, enthalpy, and specific volume. Here's the whole game. Fix any 2 independent properties, and every other one is set. We'll name the 7, show the relations that link them, then work a real state from dry bulb and wet bulb. Concept 1. The 7 properties. 2 are temperatures: dry bulb, the ordinary temperature, and thermodynamic wet bulb, which senses evaporative cooling. Dew point is where vapor begins to condense. 2 are moisture measures: humidity ratio, the mass of vapor per mass of dry air, and relative humidity, a ratio of vapor pressures. And 2 are per pound of dry air: enthalpy, the total heat, and specific volume. 7 properties, 1 state. Concept 2. The relations. Humidity ratio comes from the vapor's partial pressure, a mass ratio. Relative humidity is a different animal: vapor pressure over saturation pressure, a pressure ratio, not a mass ratio. Enthalpy adds a dry air sensible term to the vapor's latent term carried by the humidity ratio. Specific volume follows from the gas law. For enthalpy and first law basics, see TFS Week 1. Here we just apply the moist air form. Concept 3. The core idea, and it's the whole method. A state is a single point. Fix any 2 independent properties, and every other one is set. Independent means different information. Dry bulb and wet bulb work, dry bulb and relative humidity work. But humidity ratio, dew point, and vapor pressure are all the same information. Pick 2 of those, and you've pinned only the moisture, not the state. 2 independent inputs, then the chart or the relations hand you the rest. Setup. Sea level air at 80 degrees dry bulb and 67 degrees wet bulb. Those 2 are independent, so the state is fixed. The plan: read the humidity ratio, compute enthalpy and specific volume from the printed relations, then close out relative humidity and dew point to show all 7 come from just 2 inputs. Solve. Part 1. Read the humidity ratio where the 80-degree dry bulb line meets the 67-degree wet bulb line, about 0.0112. The chart read is next lesson. Then enthalpy, straight from the printed relation, a sensible term plus the vapor's latent term, about 31.5 BTU per pound of dry air. Notice the moisture carries a third of the total, so enthalpy never tracks dry bulb alone. Solve. Part 2. Specific volume from its printed relation, about 13.8 cubic feet per pound of dry air. Now close the state, back the vapor pressure out of the humidity ratio relation. Pull the saturation humidity ratio at 80 degrees from the property table and invert it for the saturation pressure. And their ratio is relative humidity, about 51%. Dew point is the temperature where the saturation humidity ratio equals ours, about 60 degrees. 2 inputs, all 7 properties. Traps. 5 ways this bites. 1. Humidity ratio is a mass ratio. Relative humidity is a pressure ratio. Different quantities, never swap them. 2. Vapor pressures are absolute, never gauge. 3. Enthalpy carries latent heat through the humidity ratio term, so it doesn't track dry bulb alone. 4. Pick independent properties. Humidity ratio, dew point, and vapor pressure are all the same information. 5. Wet bulb and dew point are different temperatures. Quick recall. 7 properties describe moist air. Any 2 independent ones fix the state. Humidity ratio from vapor pressure, relative humidity as a pressure ratio, enthalpy carrying the latent term, specific volume from the gas law, dew point where saturation meets your humidity ratio. Golden rule: 2 independent properties fix the state, then the chart or these relations give the other 5. Next up, Lesson 2, the psychrometric chart. You can name the 7 properties and link them. Now we read them straight off ASHRAE chart number 1. Locate a state from any 2 properties, and the humidity ratio, relative humidity, enthalpy, specific volume, and dew point are right there. No algebra. Everything's at peprepengine.com. Cheat sheet, work solution, and a quiz attached here. If the course helps, subscribe.
The full study guide with every equation and common exam trap is free at peprepengine.com, link in the description. Structural, civil, and electrical series are coming soon. Subscribe so you don't miss them.